Today in my live broadcast at paulbegleyprophecy.com, this is also on my new live stream channel. During my live broadcast, we received a phone call from the third cousin of the Ebola patient, Amber Vinson. Amber Vinson, this is the second nurse. She's 29 years old. And she took care of Thomas Duncan. She has come down with Ebola, and her third cousin called into this live broadcast, and I want you to hear this conversation. So we're going to go to it right now. Pastor Begley, who we got here?
This is Precious.
Yes, Precious.
And I'm really highly upset.
What are you upset at,
Precious? She's my third. Because people are talking about her like a dog.
I know they are.
Know the whole school.
I know they are.
They keep saying that it's her fault. She would have never gotten on that plane had she known she had that Ebola.
So what I've been saying is exactly true. She called them, didn't she? She said...
She sure did. She called them, and they didn't even really tell her not to get on the plane.
Right.
She just got on it because she was going to a nurses conference.
Right. They didn't tell her to stay home. She was trying to find out what she should do.
Yeah, I mean, who would?
Well, I know. She's a nurse, and she cares about people. She was willing to take care of Thomas Duncan. She wore all the protective gear like she's supposed to.
And still got sick.
I know. That means the protective gear is not...
Sick.
It's airborne.
And you know what's really sad?
What's that?
That her mom is in quarantine right now. Now, you know, if you're a mom and you're in quarantine, you don't worry about your child regardless.
Right.
Okay? And it's like, the media is just throwing this way out of proportion. I don't like it that the media put her picture up there on the TV that fast because they got it from the yearbook from the school.
Right.
And it don't make no sense.
You know something?
So now on Facebook, everybody keeps saying that it's her fault. It's not her fault.
No.
Because it's like this. I was explaining on the chat that women, when we ovulate, our temperature goes up.
Right.
Okay? So it's like there's a possibility that she was thinking that she was ovulating. Probably the same thing that the caller from the CDC was probably thinking the same thing and didn't think nothing of it. So now it's like people are talking about her like a dog. They are so wrong.
I know they're wrong. That's what Heidi is so upset about. She said, Paul, I am going to stand up for the nurses. They're the CDC, Dr. Freeland, the Obama administration, all of them, the world, all of them are trying to blame the health workers, the nurses, trying to blame them when they did everything they were told to do. And then when you have information comes out from the University of Minnesota that says, look, this thing is airborne or could be airborne. You need to change what you're telling them to wear. They're denying it, Precious. They're trying to blame the nurses. They're trying to blame the common man.
But you know what we did yesterday after we got the news? Me and my son, we went to Lowe's. We brought masks. We brought plastic, Lysol. We brought bleach. We brought water, everything. Because we are not being told the truth about this disease.
Right.
Okay? I do believe that it's airborne, and others believe that it's airborne.
Yes.
All right? So everything that the media is telling us is not true.
Nope.
All right? Even the situation with Thomas Duncan, you know the HIPAA laws, how they protect the patients. That's why I'm upset, because her picture was put on the media. And like I said, that was wrong. But this situation with Thomas Duncan, I don't believe that he was treated fairly, given the right kind of medication. Now, if, you know, like I said, the HIPAA laws didn't protect, she would tell me the truth.
Right.
But she can't.
No.
Because, you know, she's a nurse.
Right. You know what, though? We're praying for Amber. We are not going to stop praying for Amber or the other nurse, the other lady. We're not going to stop praying for both of them. I believe that God is going to heal them. They are innocent. They're working on behalf of us. They're on the front line. They were willing to take care of Thomas Duncan. They were willing to keep his information confidential. I am upset about the fact that both these nurses, they were able within a day. Their pictures were everywhere within one day. And I also know what it's like to have the media lie about you, because they've done it to me. They twist the story. They lie like a dog. They'll do anything to sell a newspaper or sell something. They'll sell their soul to the devil if they have to. Matter of fact, a lot of them have. So, but I know you're upset about this, and this is your cousin, but we're not going to stop praying for her. And we're going to believe God for her.
But she is my real cousin. She really is my real cousin. But
I believe you.
The thing is that her mom's house is not the only house that's quarantined. The house around the corner from me, our other cousin, is quarantined too. And then on top of that, they're closing schools down here because there were teachers on an airplane.
How far, Precious,
from
how far do you live from your cousin?
Her mom lives in Talent. That's just like
I know.
10 minutes away. I live in Akron in Summit County.
Okay.
And for me to get to from the expressway to there, it's like 10 minutes.
Okay. So it's very upsetting to your whole family, isn't it? Everybody's upset.
It is. Everybody. My phone has been ringing off the hook. It was just ringing a few minutes ago when you were talking. But I'm saying everybody's upset because of the stuff that they're saying about her on Facebook, on the media. It is so not true. She would not have ever gotten on that plane had she known that she had Ebola.
Of course she would.
And then on top of that, she had the fever, but she didn't have no symptoms. The symptoms didn't start till the next day.
And, you know, a fever of 99.5 is nothing. I mean, that's less than 1 degree. I mean, any of us can have a little fluctuation like that. She called the CDC. They did not tell her to stay home.
I'm telling you guys, the CDC is dirty because I got nurses in my family and all of them keep saying, don't believe everything that you hear.
I know. Well, thank you, Precious. We're going to not stop praying for her. We're going to pray for her, and we're on her side. And you,
please pray for her mom. Her mom's name is Deborah. Please, please, please pray for her. Because right now, put yourself in her shoes. If you had a child that had this disease and you don't know if she's going to live and die, because she was supposed to have got married, and she's like in another state, and you can't get to her, you don't worry.
Yeah. What's her mother's name?
Deborah.
Deborah, okay. We will pray for her. Matter of fact, Heidi's doing a special broadcast tonight in which we will be praying for both Amber and her mother, Deborah, and your whole family, Precious, your whole family.
Right.
And I'm sorry that this is how you're being treated, how your family's, and how she's being treated in the public media. I'm very sorry that they do these things. This is why I don't trust them. This is why we...
Well, people can see if it happens to them that the media is going to put their business on full blast. You're not supposed to do that.
No, you're not supposed
Especially if you're a patient.
Exactly. They're breaking every HIPAA law there is.
Right.
And the CDC...
Those of us who work in the healthcare, we're supposed to honor it. Or else, just like me, I work in the healthcare too. I got to be careful what I say on Facebook because they watch it. And if I say anything about my company, where I work, they're going to fire me.
Yeah, don't do that. You can't do that. Don't do it. You know that and I know that. Don't do it. I know you're upset, but we're with you, all right? Can I pray with you right now, Precious? Can I pray with you?
Yeah.
Father? All right, so then I went into prayer and I prayed for her. But of course, as you can hear, that is the second nurse that has Ebola that took care of Thomas Duncan. The second nurse, her name, Amber Vinson. She's 29 years old. She has Ebola. She's just been flown into Atlanta now and to Emory. The lady on the phone with me was Precious. And Precious is a cousin to Amber Vinson. And Amber flew into Cleveland, flew there to visit her mother and family over there in Akron, Ohio, which is where Precious lives. Like she said, only 10 minutes from there. They've put her mother's home, and her mother and several other family members are in, they're on lockdown. They're in isolation. And, of course, as she said, the media's been lying about her cousin, saying that she, blaming her for getting Ebola. The CDC's blaming her. Everybody's blaming them. And these nurses, and Heidi is very upset. Heidi's a registered nurse, and tonight she is going to stand up against this. She said nurses are going to rise up. We're not going to stand here and take it from the CDC blaming us because these nurses followed protocol and still got Ebola. And plus Heidi has some first-hand account information out of West Africa that is heartbreaking what's going on with this Ebola virus. So don't miss Heidi's broadcast tonight. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's on from 6 to 8. From 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern at my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Her broadcast tonight is Obamacare versus Ebola.